Oi, this is the Profanity Gnome, and I'm here to tell you that if you're under 13 years old, fuck off this video! Get the fuck off YouTube! Get your mama to get your dad's cock out of her ears and actually be a parent! This is for adults only! And for everybody else, enjoy the video. And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below what you think, you fuck buckets. To stand out among the crowd, even if I gotta shout out loud, till mine is the only face that you see. Gonna stand out till you notice me. You've crossed the line this time, Samuel. Everybody, this is my brother Michael. Feel free to ignore him. You want to talk about being ignored? I told you you have to go back to hell. It's where you belong. Instead, you use your newfound wings to command Father's holy knights. You have no right to do that. They were trying to kill my friends. You think I was just gonna stand around and do nothing? You are the devil, the incarnation of evil. You don't have friends. You are going back to hell right now. Why don't you be a good little pigeon and fly back up to the Silver City? I got bigger things to worry about than you right now. I wasn't asking this time, brother. So that's how you want to handle this, eh, Michael? Ooh, family drama, sibling rivalry, heaven and hell going to battle again. We're going to need more popcorn. This is McMysteries at McDUCK McMANOR. The episode begins at McDuck Manor as Webby and Mrs. Beakley, alongside Donald, are going on a surprise vacation all of a sudden, but didn't invite the boys. They're wondering what's up. Miss Beakley informs them that Scrooge's birthday is on the horizon, and they shouldn't be there while his birthday is in progress. Apparently he hates his birthday. But Huey, Dewey, and Louie see this as an opportunity to celebrate one of their favorite uncles. And Huey in particular is very drawn to the idea of a birthday party after he's the story of Ducksworth, the best party planner Scrooge has ever had, who unfortunately died. So death does exist in this universe. Who knew? But this only empowers Huey to have a best party ever on such short notice. So later on that night, Scrooge is minding his own business when all of a sudden, surprise masquerade with all of Scrooge's villains. Yay. Scrooge is not amused.
In a night we break the soul, in a night we come alive, in a night adrenaline is higher than heaven, in a night with no tomorrow, in a night the demons
Are you seeing this? Are you loving this? The absolute chaos of these two battle. It is everything I've been missing. Cosmic kilts, this isn't a time to be praising this. There has to be something we can do before the whole mountain comes crashing down upon us. You know, you're right. We can do something to aid in this glorious chaos. What happened? Where'd they go? Oh, I just boost the range of the wormholes on this mountain. Let's see where they ended up. So the night proceeds as you'd expect. Huey, Dewey, and Louie are doing everything they can to make Scrooge have a happy birthday, while Scrooge is clearly not having any of it, and the three villains are allowed to run wild and do whatever they want, celebrating a birthday party that not even Scrooge wanted. But after realizing that he's not happy, Huey decides to unleash the big guns, magicians. Yay. Like they don't already experience magic on a daily basis. He hires a crackpot magician, and with emotional guilting on Huey's part, Scrooge decides to participate. He goes into the box, where he disappears. In more ways than one. The kids are alarmed by this, and realize that he left his wallet behind. and that is something Scrooge never does. And so, the only conclusion is that he was kidnapped, and someone in this party is guilty. The first one they suspect is the magician, who is revealed to be a Beagle Boy, which means Ma Beagle. But they have an alibi. Apparently when the lights went out, they were trying to steal something else entirely. The deed to Duckburg, which apparently Scrooge doesn't necessarily own Duckburg, but he does own the land that Duckburg is built on. Man, anything to make a buck, this guy. But, again, because she was busy trying to steal that, she couldn't have time to kidnap Scrooge. But she later reveals that, somewhere in the night, a flash went off. And who do we know that likes flashy things? Mark Beaks, the second suspect. But he also has an alibi. He was just there to take memes and clout, and make Scrooge look bad on social media. Not that he cares. So, yeah, he was busy doing that. Couldn't have been him. But one photo evidence later, they finally point a finger at the final suspect, Glomgold, who, of course, insanely laughs at the prospect of Scrooge getting kidnapped, and he would gladly take the blame normally, but that wasn't his plan at all. He just hit a bomb in the birthday presents. So, every villain, despite being villainous, has an alibi. How can you point a finger when everybody is a suspect, but at the same time, everybody could be innocent? And none of their plans seem to involve catching Scrooge. How do you figure this out?
The city of Townsville is under attack!
The cross on your wall, the demons inside. Come raise my sword to heaven. The night to befall, the pulse of the tide. Strike 11, and when the night has come, no, we never will return.
What is an angel and a demon doing it very well? Are you gonna have to borrow this? Hey, that is my big wand! Well, after some deductive reasoning, Huey claims Glomgold was the one. But then Glomgold immediately disappears, leaving behind a note that eloquently says, "Try again." So he blames Mark Beaks, and he disappears. Then they blame Mrs. Beagley. Lather, rinse, repeat. All these try again notes. So that leaves one suspect. The Beagle Boy himself. So while the kids are arguing that the only reason Huey is so hubris about this is to compete with a dead guy, the Beagle manages to actually perform a great feat of magic and summons a demon. And he proceeds to tell the demon to attack the boys. But unfortunately, this guy's a bit of a two-bit hack as far as necromancing, as the demon immediately turns on him. But he does attack the boys. With this out-of-control demon on the loose, the boys have no choice but to retreat. They manage to find a rotating bookshelf, which buys them a little time, as they hide while the demon searches. But then, Huey has an epiphany. So, they charge over in their disguise, as Huey explains exactly everything that's going on. Who would be competent? Who is strong? Who is smart? Who is sharp enough to kidnap the strongest of the strong, the toughest of the tough, the smartest of the smart, and the sharpest of the sharp? Why none other than Scrooge himself. Mystery solved. Enough of this. Time to end this once and for all. Ah! Corrupted gem! Quick! Poof it! Poof him! Ow! Ow! Stop! Stop! I'm not a corrupted gem! I'm just here to deal with my brother! Apparently, Scrooge kidnapped himself in order to watch the chaos unfold of his party going to shams during this murder, capture, mystery party. But then, what about the demon? Well, it turns out the demon is true identity is Ducksworth! Ducksworth from beyond the grave. But how did this happen? Where did he come from? And why wasn't he mentioned until now? Well, that's pretty obvious. Apparently, the wannabe necromancer Beagle Boy accidentally summoned a spirit while performing his magic trick to make Scrooge disappear. But what he didn't intend was to summon Scrooge's most loyal servant back from the dead. So, Ducksworth decided last minute to plan a surprise kidnapping party for the boys to solve, while Scrooge simply enjoyed the chaos from behind the scenes. Pretty smart. This also taught Huey a life lesson, that he doesn't have to compete with a dead guy who has years of experience on him, and he just has to focus on, well, being himself. Also, no more surprise parties for Scrooge. Ducksworth's got it covered. You know, I'd hate to see the party that Ducksworth and Pinkie Pie could plan together. I mean, that would... that's scary. So the episode ends with everybody returning to the mansion to find the ghost of Ducksworth and Mrs. Beakley's beef and history with these two. Can't wait to see this dynamic in the future. And that was McMystery at McDuck McManor. It's a good episode. Pretty standard, all things considered. Standard story, standard mystery, and a funny plot reveal, and as well as the introduction of a new interesting character. The ghost character that constantly appears at the beginning of each and every episode, revealed to be Ducksworth, is actually a surprise twist that honestly I didn't see coming. An updated version of an old standing character. Interesting play, Disney. Well done. But overall, it does have the feel of your pretty standard Clue episode. Gotta find the culprit amongst the midst of candidates who could be the real villain, only to discover that it's none of them, but it was actually another party that they didn't see coming. And it was good. There's nothing really more to say about it, really. It's just a pretty standard good episode. It's nice to see that the Beagle Boys have some outside interests other than just thieving, or at the very least, they have alternate gimmicks, bringing that back with Ma Beagle and the wannabe necromancer. It's nice, and it's also nice to see that Glomgold and Mark Beeks just have the time to just clear their schedules just to do stuff like this. It's nice seeing the return of an old standing favorite character, even in his new ghostly update. Which weirdly makes sense since Scrooge himself is all but immortal. It makes sense for his butler to be somewhat immortal as well. But I kinda got a feel for the guy. Now he's gotta work from even beyond the grave. Literally, no rest for the weary. But I guess that only serves to show loyalties, and I can't wait to see how his dynamic affects the family now. So with that being said, we're the Cartoon Gentlemen, the organizers of chaos. See you next time. This fight is pointless, Samael. You couldn't beat me back then, you can't beat me now. Even after all these years, even the first time I sent you down there, I had hoped, I had prayed for you, that somehow, some way, you would have changed your ways and saw what you have done is wrong. But even now, you are still just as rebellious and rambunctious as ever towards Father. So now, I'm no longer giving you the choice. As soon as I take you down to hell myself, I'm cutting off your wings. I'm sorry, brother, but this is the only way that I can— What the? What's going on? Who's behind me? What? How? Yeah! Mortal, stop, please! You don't know what you're doing! He is the incarnation of evil! The devil! The man who would try to rise up against God! Release me so I might strike down the evil force and return things to the way things are— You lose, brother. This isn't fair! This is cheating! Devil! You two do realize just how stupid and dangerous that was, and now you're on Michael's radar. Do you have any idea what that means?
That we're still cool and best friends, right?
Yeah, true. Let's go find Alan. I'm sure he's freaking out now.
To stand out among the crowd.
Even if I gotta shout out loud, till mine is the only face that you see. Gonna stand out
Till you notice me.